Hello and welcome back to another episode of Put to Practice Cooking. Today we are going to be making, I cannot pronounce it to be honest, so you can obviously see in the description what the name is. It is a German meatball recipe. It's kind of weird it's meatball because for the description is just making the patties. Buddy Mir gave it to me. I thought it was kind of fitting that when you'd be watching this and this is uploaded, I'm going to be in Germany, so I thought it was fitting. It seems kind of like just making burgers. I guess the really only weird thing about it is that there's a lot of interesting spices. A lot of them I haven't even used before. It's like some sweet paprika, which I didn't know existed, and then mace. To be honest, I never know that was it. That wasn't it one either. I just know of the mace, for pepper spray kind of thing. But seems interesting. And then a bunch of other like coriander, cardamom, and marjoram, something with an M, down below. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this started. Yeah, first thing I gotta do is some onions, so be ready for that. Man, that took a little while to get that working, but there you go. So I just got some butter melting on a medium heat. So just getting that all spread around. Now we're gonna put in our onions. This is gonna be I'm making a double batch, so a single batch can be down below. I just did a double batch so I didn't have to freeze half a pound of both the pork and the beef we're going to be using. So, all right, so let's get that all mixed in there with the butter. Oh, funny enough that we're making these in the patties because it's from Hamburg, and so the hamburger kind of originated in Germany. So it's kind of fitting that this is how it started out. And also, beef and pork are usually the better burgers anyway. So we'll see how this goes. One thing I'm going to preemptively say, especially since we're working with pork, I would suggest a meat thermometer. This is the one I got. I'm going to make sure we're looking for 165 degrees ish. Should be at least around there. So we got to make sure that, and also some of them we might have to cut them open a bit and check and see if we need to cook it even longer, because obviously with pork you got to make sure it's all thoroughly cooked. There's no medium rare or whatnot. It's unfortunate. It has to be well done. So now that we've gotten to that point, so now we got about a 2 teaspoons and some extra of minced garlic. Just gonna put that in there for an extra minute. Now I'm gonna get out the meat and whatnot, and then we are going to be making the patties into the forms we need. So back in a second. All right, so we are back. So what we got here is our pork, 1 pound of pork and 1 pound of beef. Normally it's half that, but as I said, I doubled it. Here's our various spices. That was actually really good. I really hope I didn't go too much on a parsley, because it calls for like half a cup of fresh parsley, but I didn't want to use half, and I looked it up, and you're supposed to guess 1 teaspoon of dried is equivalent to 1 tablespoon of a fresh. So I did about half because I felt like this was already a lot as it is, but we will see. So we're going to dump that right in there. You can see that. Okay, so next we're going to do is our Dijon mustard. It said pressed mustard, but I looked it up and this is equivalent. So, all right. So next is going to be our breadcrumbs. It does say that originally just like soak like slightly stale bread into milk, and I thought that was kind of weird, and I didn't want to actually mess it up. So I basically just did 12 tablespoons of breadcrumbs. I just used the same proportions I did for my burgers I've made in the past. Essentially, for every pound you use 6 tablespoons. So we were doing 2 pounds of meat. So doing that. Looks very weird, but there you go. All right, and then what we just finished making. Gonna put in our garlic and onion mixture. I guess the next part is just mixing with our hands. Hope I don't hurt myself with the hot. Yeah, it's kind of hot. Oh, we'll see how this goes. Hang on a second. I got to put eggs in here. Hold on. All right, we are back. So, as I said, I forgot eggs. So, this should probably help it keep them all bound together properly. Yeah, it's 2 eggs for our double batch, or 1 for our regular. So now get back to mixing. Leave this thoroughly mixed. A lot of the meat's now kind of sticking now, so that should be okay. So now what we're going to be doing is a really mess, but I'm just using this pan because I don't have enough space for like a full cookie sheet. But essentially what we're doing, we're going to be making some patties, and then we're going to be putting them in the fridge to cool for about 30 minutes before we start cooking them. So I'm going to get started with that. All right, so we are back. We finished up our burgers, so it made about like 13, maybe a little bit more or less, depending on how much you make, because I don't think all these were even. So now we're going to let that chill in the fridge for about half an hour, and then we are going to start cooking after that. So we'll see how well this goes. I really hope I don't just make a bunch of ground beef, because depending on how these sit, but if they seem to be too soft, I might actually put them in the freezer for a bit instead, and so we can get a little more solid. But we'll see how that goes. So we'll see you in a bit. All right, so we are back. So we got this at medium heat with some butter and olive oil in there. This is kind of falling apart, so to be honest, I might have to freeze these, but we'll see. I'm just gonna keep watching it, and then I guess flip it after a bit, and we'll use the thermometer to verify it's all good. Gonna give 7 minutes aside, and then after that we'll test and see if where it's at. I guess we're kind of deep frying it, I guess. Kind of interesting, but we'll see. Can't really do too much, unfortunately. Sorry, it's not going to be at this point, you'll probably just... This is all going to be fast forwarded anyway, so we will go from there. There's quite a lot of olive oil. I think I used too much. I just hope that the olive oil doesn't pop. This one is done, so I'm going to put it on a plate real quick and cut it open just to verify. That one's almost there, so I get a knife real fast. Yeah, it looks cooked to me. At least I think so. So. All right, so let me change up the camera and we will be ready to taste test. All right, so let's give our taste test going. So it's pretty good. It's got, let's see, the onion and the green in there. It smells delicious. That's so good. To be honest, I haven't really had much beef and pork burgers, or patties, I guess. Either way, like, this is very, very good. All that, you get the nice onion in there, obviously, because I absolutely love onion, and then all the different spices all like come together and give it like an earthy kind of like taste, but in a good way. And I could definitely eat. Only thing I would say is that I mean, I think the website that I got it from said it's probably good with some potato salad or something, and I kind of agree with that. It's not really good just by itself, but I definitely really good. I mean, I could probably just throw this on a burger bun, and maybe like it does call for some inside of here is some Dijon mustard. So maybe I just put like on some Dijon mustard and on a patty or something. But I think it's really good. I appreciate the recipe, Mir, and I think it turned out really well. So hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and hope yours turn out as good as mine. Thank you.